Well, hello, folks, and welcome back. My name is Eric Wells. I'm the support group director for Recovering from Religion, and we are in the part of this video series to talk about the resources program. And with me, who better to talk about it than the director of the resources program, Dan Cancro. Dan, welcome.
Hey, Eric, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Well, before we kind of talk about the resources program, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your background and how you kind of found out about recovering from religion?
Sure. So I've been with Recovering from Religion for about a year now, helping out with their project to upgrade the chat system. And I heard about RfR first when I saw an interview of Gail after she had run for office. So I was getting involved in politics and came across it that way. And it sounded like a great idea. We all have our religious background stories, so no exception there. And thought I'd like to see if I could try to help out.
Great. And you kind of started out with the RfR 3.0 program, and then you recently stepped into the resources position. What kind of attracted you to stepping up into that position?
Yeah, sure. So I had found myself collecting a lot of resources myself for my own personal use, and I've been developing some software to do that. And then I think I first submitted a link of my own to be added to the resource collection, and then I decided that maybe I could help with their software team. So I decided to become a volunteer. And it turns out that the thing that I had been working on fits really well with the needs of RfR. So I talked to others about adding it, and so hopefully in the near future we're going to have a new tool for helping people find the best resources most easily and efficiently. So I'm excited about that. Stay tuned. Hopefully there'll be another video about that soon.
I'm really excited about it too. So before we kind of get into that, what is the need that this program solves? Why even have a program like the resources? What does it do?
Right, great question. So some years ago, I'm not sure when, I guess someone had the idea that it'd be good to just collect resources for the clients that are used over and over again. It's one of the mission critical projects of RfR is the chat support, where agents will be sending resources to links to videos and articles that will help people out. And so they just decided to collect them into a single place. But essentially, the problem is just getting resources to people that need them. And there are search engines. You can just Google with keywords to try to find something, and that's just getting better and better. But what we're trying to do is do an even better job than that. So if we can get people the material that would help them more efficiently, then that's great. That'll just help them out that much better.
Yeah. So I can kind of see somewhat like of an evolution and over time, and this resources program really kind of growing out of the helpline. Like there's some helpline agents taking the calls or taking the chats, and they have their own list of resources that they've built up, and then they like talk to one another like, hey, we've got these resources, why don't we combine them and find a way to use them? And then like the next evolution might have been, hey, let's just put them up on the website so we can have people publicly be able to access them and look through them too. I can really kind of clearly see that evolution.
Yeah, we get lots of positive feedback from visitors and from other agents about the links that we provide. So the more positive feedback we get, the more enthusiastic I'm going to be about helping with this project.
The program that you head up are what is the resources that are publicly available to the folks. And we have a whole different internal library that the helpline can use, and we'll talk about that in a different video, an upcoming video. Let's talk about these resources. What kind of resources will you find, and what kind of resources won't you find in the list that we've got for folks?
Yeah, sure. So, in tune with the mission of RfR, the resources are there to help provide support. There's no intention to persuade or, lead anyone more than just helping them overcome their struggles. So, we try to vet and curate the collection as best we can in accord with that mission. The internet has all kinds of material out there, and we're just trying to provide links that sort of suit the purpose that we're trying to serve.
So you have things like videos, I would imagine, and articles that are resources that people can read, or even organizations that they can seek additional help for in some specialized circumstances. You talked about kind of this is support driven, and it sounds like there wouldn't be things like debates that you would find as a part of the resources, because it's not about deconverting folks or bringing them into one sort of quote unquote right way of thinking. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. We're doing our best. It's we're all human, so there may be some that slip past, and then we'll try to correct that as soon as we can. But essentially, we're just trying to do a better job than the search engines can do to get people who are looking for help recovering from religion the material that would best help them out. So I think, the approach of RfR's agents is one of support and just listening and helping to answer questions. But we're not trying to have an agenda and manipulate or anything like that. So we will exclude any submissions or suggestions that are not in line with the core mission of RfR.
Got it. And I'm looking through the website, and it kind of seems to be organized both by category of maybe what we're struggling with, and also, but it's also have some topic specific things, like if I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness, there are lists of resources for me there. If I'm struggling with LGBTQ issues, there's a list of resources for me there, as well as like even struggling with the fear of hell. It's organized pretty well from what I can see, but it sounds like there's some room for improvement too.
Yeah, people come to RfR with all different backgrounds and issues they want to deal with, and so we're constantly updating our offerings according to what people need. But the ones you mentioned are really common, so those are out there among many others. There's support groups. There's just things you can watch and help you think about things you may not have thought about before. Whatever we think you need, or whatever you tell us that you need, we'll try to help you find the best thing for that situation.
So if I find like a new resource and I think that it is something that would work well for other folks who are struggling or recovering from religion, or if I find like a link in the list that's broken, or an organization that's no longer in existence, how would I inform you? How would I let the resources team know at RfR?
Yeah, there's a button. You click on our resources page that has a form where you can send ideas or corrections, and we'll try to get to that as soon as we can.
Perfect. So this is sort of a living, almost and always changing type of list. It's not something that's static necessarily, which I really, really like. It's well curated.
That's the intention. We're all human, and it's all a volunteer effort. So we do our best with what we have. But yeah, our intention is to uh, keep it up to date and relevant, and try to eliminate broken links and things as best we can. So yeah, that's the idea.
Perfect. So tell us, what is your vision for the future of the resources program? You kind of briefly mentioned something you were working on to make finding resources a little better, but tell us a little bit how you see it looking like in the future.
I just see it serving its function even better and better, and doing that by taking into account the the feedback that we get about different resources. If things are better liked than others, we'll try to promote them, and we'll take into account how many links the agents share with clients, and just using technology. My background is technology, so I think everything these days is just getting more and more intelligent, and this is one area where we could perhaps, use technology to get people the information and materials that would best help them out.
Wonderful. So it sounds like you have the experience and the skill and the vision to make it even easier for someone like me to search through all of these resources, as opposed to it just being like a big old long list. We have to continue to scroll and scroll. Let's quickly find you what really you need and what would really help you as soon as possible, in as few clicks as possible, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people have a very limited time. So the more we can do to make the search more efficient, the better. I just think that we're in a remarkable time. I mean, if you were born after the 80s, you may not have known a world without the internet, and it's changed the game in every way, shape, and form. And this is just one of the many ways. I think for millennia or centuries, people have struggled with questions, and then they didn't realize other people had the same questions, and then others have answered those questions really well. So just be grateful, as I am, that the internet is out there to provide all this material. And there's good and there's bad material out there. So trying to help solve that problem by curating and culling out the good from the bad. So, yeah.
And what has volunteering been like for you over this last year? What have you gotten out of it? And maybe things that you expected, maybe something you didn't expect.
Sure. It's been very rewarding. I've been working with some amazing talent in the development team, and I've been witnessing the how the clients have been really grateful and supported, and I think it's exceeded my expectations, and how it has served people, and the benefit that I think that it provides is pretty great.
Dan, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and sitting down to kind of explain to us what the resource program is. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap up this part of this video for the RfR resources programs. Up next, we got something coming up. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you'll know probably about the same time I will. All right, thanks for joining us.